Today, we are diving into a deeply important topic, one that touches every single moment of our lives. The relationship between time and how we manage it. As students and young adults, time is our most precious asset. How we use it shapes not just our success in school or work, but also our future and our overall purpose in life. I want to start with a surah from Quran that really sums up the importance of time. By time, indeed, mankind is lost, except for those who have believed in their righteous deeds and advised each other to truth and advised each other to patience. Surah Al-Basri. Isn't that this surah is like a roadmap for how we should live our lives? Not just wasting, but using it wisely? So, let's start by thinking about time as a kind of currency. It is something that is constantly being spent, whether we are paying attention to it or not. Every single day is like a fresh investment opportunity, and how you choose to spend those minutes determines the quality of your life. Time in this sense is life. If you manage your time well, you manage your life well. But here arises the question, how we do manage our time wisely? Let's break it down.
You are right, Sister From. Time is like the capital of our lives. When Rajab in his Jami al-Ulum wal-Hikam said, time is the most valuable thing you can spend. It is the capital of life. Whoever spends it in obedience to Allah is successful, and whoever spends it in heedlessness will regret it. So, when we think about time, it's not just minutes ticking away, it's a valuable resource. We are essentially trading time for actions and deeds, either beneficial or wasteful. One of the best ways to manage time is by recognizing what tasks truly matter in each moment. A critical question to ask yourself daily is, what is the most valuable thing I can do right now? This helps you stay focused on what's meaningful and avoid distractions.
Exactly, Sister Hadia. Let me add something. Sometimes we get caught with things that don't matter. Scrolling through social media purposelessly, just wasting time. If we consciously prioritize, we can focus on the things that truly push us forward, like studying, learning new skills, or spending quality time with family. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us a very practical way to think about time. It's reported in Al-Mustadrak al-Hakim, Volume 4, Hadith 7846. Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Take advantage of 5 before 5. Your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your preoccupation, and your life before your death." This hadith teaches us to not wait for the perfect moment. We should act now while we have the strength and opportunity.
Sister Zahra, in the same context, Hassan al-Basri reminds us of how fleeting time is, when he said, "O son of Adam, you are nothing but a number of days. Whenever each day passes, then a part of you has gone." It's a powerful reminder. Every day we lose is a day that could have been filled with something meaningful. Sayyid Qutb, in his tafsir, In the Shade of the Quran, emphasizes that man's true loss is in wasting time without purpose. So we need to align our actions with what really matters.
Yes, Sister Rajab, and to do that, we must be strategic with our time. Stephen Covey, in his The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said, "The key is not to prioritize what is on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities." So, it's about being intentional with our time. What matters most right now? That is a question we should constantly ask ourselves.
Absolutely, Sister Kubra. But knowing what matters the most isn't enough until we train our minds to be motivated. We should know that our thoughts shape our reality. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, as mentioned in Sahih al-Bukhari, Volume 9, Hadith 7405. Allah says, "I am as my slave thinks I am. I am with him when he remembers me." Our words, actions, and thoughts all create a cycle of positive growth. And the fact is it is backed by modern psychology too. Rajab in her book Mindset, the new psychology of success, talks about the growth mindset. We are showing some exciting instead of intimidating. She said in growth mindset, people think I can learn and improve.
Yes, Mr. Irfan. That means one crucial aspect of time management is programming your subconscious mind. If we train ourselves to think positively, saying things like I can achieve this task or I am capable of overcoming challenges, it creates confidence and drives us to act. This mindset used through positive affirmations keeps us focused and resilient, especially when faced with difficulties. Exactly, Sister Cobra. Self-talk is incredibly powerful. When you feed your mind with positive thoughts, your actions begin to follow suit. Think of it like planting seeds in your brain. Whatever you plant grows. If you plant seeds of self-doubt, you will breed insecurity. But if you plant confidence and determination, you will see growth in your productivity and success.
Very much related to it is the concept of self-image. How we view ourselves affects how we use our time. If you see yourself as disciplined, capable, and driven, your actions will reflect that. So we can say that our self-perception fuels our ability to achieve. For example, if you think of yourself as someone who is organized, you will naturally want to plan your day efficiently. If you believe you are someone who can study hard and get good grades, you will dedicate time to make that happen. Maxwell Marx, in the book Psycho-Cybernetics, said, the self-image sets the boundaries of individual accomplishment. If we see ourselves as capable and disciplined, we are more likely to achieve excellence.
Here I'll interject to say that building this positive self-image isn't automatic. It takes effort. This is where habits come. By creating good habits, we slowly shape our self-image. For example, if you develop the habit of studying for an hour every day, soon you will start seeing yourself as a disciplined student, and your actions will naturally align with that identity.
Yes, Sister Havia. Additionally, this aligns with the Islamic concept of ihsan. Doing things with excellence, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, verily, Allah loves that when any of you does something, he should do it with excellence. Sahih Muslim Hadith 195. It means it requires a constant reflection on who you are and who you want to be.
Who you want to be. It's what the visualization is. Visualization involves mentally rehearsing the success you aim to achieve. By imagining tasks being completed smoothly, you train your brain to recognize opportunities and solutions for reaching your goals. It's more than daydreaming. It's a mental trial that prepares you for real-life challenge, boosting your readiness. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich said, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. When we visualize success, we prepare ourselves mentally and spiritually for challenges.
Exactly, Sister Zahra. And it's not just about imagining success, it's about actively shaping our lives. Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi states, as is translated by Pullman Barks in the Essential Rumi, do not be satisfied with the stories of how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. Allah reminds us in Surah Al-Baqarah, and do good indeed, Allah loves the doers of good. We are the authors of our own stories and we have the responsibility to shape our future through righteous actions.
Yes, Mr. Durga, this idea reminds me the story of the lion and the hunter. How lion will always lose as long as hunter writes the story. But when lion writes his own story, he will win. We need to be lion in our lives, writing our own stories instead of letting circumstances dictate them. As Robert Kiyosaki in his book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, said, your future is created by what you do today, not tomorrow.
Yes, here lies a powerful concept that you are both the writer and the actor in your own journey. Every day you make choices that write the script of your future. Don't let others or circumstances decide your fate. You have the power to shape your life, to make decisions that lead to growth, success, and fulfillment. Now imagine your life as a movie. happen without any control, it's like watching a movie where the main character does nothing to change their situation. But when you take charge, when you consciously decide how to spend your time, you are actively shaping the part of your life. You are deciding the outcome.
Yes, Sister Bhavya, it is true. And as Muhammad Abdul in his book, Islam and Foundations of Political Power, put it, Islam is not a rigid religion of rules, but a dynamic faith that teaches us a personal responsibility and accountability. We have the intellect and the ability to improve our lives and the world around us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Surah Ra'd, Ayat 11, indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Same concept is taken by James Clear, who in his Atomic Habits says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. So, building habits like positive affirmations, visualization, and prioritizing our time wisely are the systems that lead us to success.
Even Marcus Aurelius knew this when he said in his meditations, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Time is a blessing, and how we use it defines who we are and what we achieve. Viktor Frankl, in his Man's Search for Meaning, said, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. It's all about perspective and action.
So, let's remember that time is precious and life is what we make of it. By managing our time wisely, aligning it with divine teachings, and constantly striving for excellence, we are not just managing minutes and hours, we are shaping our future, both in this world and the hereafter. Jazakallahu khair for tuning into this discussion on TICTAS Talks. We hope it inspires you to think about how you spend your time and how you can use it to create the life you truly want. Until next time, stay productive, stay blessed. Assalamu Alaikum.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر